Hey folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can find me, 706-889, 706-889-9700, chief at FetcherNews.com, and there's all the ways you can follow our social media. Oh, excuse me. Those Diet Dr. Peppers get me every time. Now, what if Georgia is in a runoff, okay? I'll tell you now, I'm not going to beat this drum and beat this drum and beat this drum, but if rural North Georgia does not come out and vote, if you do not drag your friends to the poll, if you do not call your friends, do what you have to do, Stacey Abrams will be the next governor of Georgia. I do think Brian Kemp can win. Will he win? Yes, I think so, but I do not want it to come down to BKP said he will win, and I don't think it, I'm busy that day. I don't even want to cost the guy one vote. So, hey, don't take my word for it. This is one of the few times I say don't take my word for it that I think he's going to win. Go help make it happen yourself. What if there's a runoff? Let me just tell you really quick. The scenario, Georgia is what's called a 50+1 state. That means a candidate must win 50% of the vote plus one vote. So if they get 50 plus one vote, they are the winner. It is a majority state. If Ted Metz, the Libertarian candidate, pulls in enough votes and nobody gets 50%, there would be a runoff. The runoff would be sometime in December. Here's the thing I want to bring up, and I bet you nobody's bringing it up. I bet you I'm the first, Josh. I'm holding this card. Will they reopen registration, voter registration? Oh, no. Did I just blow your mind? Remember the Karen Handel runoff? And the judge, because it's 30 days before an election, and the judge treated it as a separate election, although it was a runoff election, and the judge reopened registration, voter registration. Will Stacey Abrams immediately go to court and say that November 4th and December, it's 30 days before an election, that the registration, if an election takes place in the state of Georgia 30 days away, I'm pretty sure they want to open registration. Just take what I said, see if I'm right, but see if there's a runoff. The Democrats don't run to court to see if they can reopen voter registration. If it's a runoff, Brian Kemp will win. Don't worry on that one. Brian Kemp will win a runoff. And we'll talk about that when there is a runoff, why I think he will win. Okay? Boom. Now, President of the United States, he goes to Pittsburgh yesterday. And he goes to Pittsburgh to visit, and the media is working hard. The fake news, the enemy of the state, all right, is working hard. And let me see what I got here, all right. Let's go to number 38. Number 38. Look at this, folks. Nephew of synagogue shooting victim. He's the nephew of one of the shooting victim. 3:01 Mountain Time. What would that make it? 5:01 or 6? 6 a.m.? 6 a.m. or 5 a.m.? 5 a.m. All right. Thank you for helping me with the simple math in there. 5 a.m. in the morning. Look at what time it is. I do this on purpose. 3:01 in the morning. Nephew of synagogue shooting victim yesterday in Pittsburgh. Let's go to number 39. Some shooting victim's family reject Trump's visit. That's the lead at 5 in the morning, MSNBC. President Donald Trump, Steve Mnuchin, which is Jewish, okay, Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, they're Jewish, all right, So Donald takes the core, he focuses in on the tragedy that this is. They go find a family member to reject him, okay? Let's go to number 40. So he doesn't politicize it. And what's the Washington Post do? Shooting victim's family shuns President Trump in Pittsburgh as top officials decline to join him. Why, he couldn't even get State Senator U.S. Senator Pat Toomey to join him, a Republican. He couldn't get the mayor of Pittsburgh to join him. Why, he couldn't even muster up one Democrat. That is what the sourpusses. That's on their house. Welcome to the sourpusses. Okay, Joe and Minka hate America. Cloud hanging over them every morning. They should have to do the show holding umbrellas because it's raining in their world all the time. Shooting victim family shuns President Trump in Pittsburgh as top officials decline to join him. So he doesn't make a campaign rally out of it. He goes and he says, I'm going to be presidential. I'm going to go out and respect the families. I'm going to go out and respect and show my respect to the law enforcement officers in the hospital, okay? And I'm going to keep this quiet, low tone. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say any no campaign rhetoric. This is all going to be about the victims. But no, if I go and I start rounding up, what if Lou Bartoletta would have went with him? What if Lou Bartoletta, that's running for Senate, would be in that picture? What if Toomey was in the picture? What if any other candidate or elected official would be in that picture that's a Republican? Why, Trump goes to Pittsburgh and makes a campaign stop out of it. No, that's what he does. And that's the way they treated him. Here is number 41. Trump and his family pay respect at Tree of Life Synagogue in Squirrel Hill. There is the rabbi, which was not upset at all. Let's go to CNN's take on it, number 44. As you can see there, this is 2:03 a.m. Pacific time. All right, so what is that on the East Coast? 5 a.m. again? 5 a.m. in the morning? Right? They lead with this stuff. And they wonder why we're calling them the enemy of the people. Synagogue massacre. President visits victims in synagogue shooting. But look at what's right under there. Protesters demand Trump denounce white nationalism. And they found their white nationalists. I told you that, okay? Did I send you the Don Lemon video? That took too long, so I didn't send it to you. All right, I'm going to send you this video. And when I do, let's see, just pull this off. Okay. All right, here it is. I'm going to send this over to you. Pull this off and tell me when you have it ready. And you wonder why people can't stand these. I'm sending Josh a video, folks. Just stay with me. I mean, all right. Just tell me when you got that ready, buddy. So where was I at? So that's CNN. I had CNN up there. That was number 44, right? Yeah, there's 44. Go to number 45 there. Okay. What is that? 2:03 a.m. Pacific time. First run in the morning here on the East Coast. This is what they're going with. White House blames media for hate in America. They take no responsibility for themselves. Trump gearing up for political rallies ahead of midterm. That's what you lead with? That is what you lead with? Now, I want to do my usual morning run through of pictures, and I don't have all of them, Josh. I only sent you 40, okay? You got your video? Now, watch this. I think it's worth the time because I'm telling you, they're looking for, they're doing anything to try to get the Democrats to win the House of Representatives because let me tell you how dirty the media is. They don't want to bring you the news. They want ratings. I know you're shocked this morning. They want ratings. And you see, if they can usher in this blue wave, and there are subpoenas flying left and right, do you realize they could be 7 days a week covering the live impeachment hearings of Donald Trump and this investigation today live on CNN as we investigate Trump's tax returns? Because we have a copy. You know, we have a copy. They sent us a copy first. They want their white nationalists. They're playing their racist dividing games, and they have divided America because I'm going to look at the camera and tell you, I'll wait till after this. Let's play this clip from Don Lemon last night.
It's not just Pittsburgh. It's not just the bomber. There was another hate-filled criminal just last week in Kentucky. Another white man, history of violence, custody for shooting and killing 2 African Americans at a grocery store, Kroger's. But what he tried to do was barge into a predominantly black church. He failed. And then he picked a secondary target. He's being investigated for hate crimes. Don Lemon is here right now. We barely had time to cover it because we were distracted by another extremist that was doing bad things in the name of hate.
Yeah, and then now another one. And you have all of them in a row. And, you know, we messaged about this a little bit this weekend. I keep trying to point out to people not to demonize any one group or any one ethnicity, but we keep thinking that the biggest terror threat is something else. Some people who are marching, you know, towards the border like it's imminent. And when the last time they did this, a couple hundred people came and they, you know, most did get into the country. Most of them got tuckered out before they even made it to the border. So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right. And we have to start doing something about them. There is no travel ban on them. There is no ban on, you know, they have the Muslim ban. There is no white guy ban. So what do we do about that? So, and first of all, let me just say this. Maurice Stollard is the name, and Vicki Jones, and they have been lost in all of this, 2 people who were killed on Wednesday that you talked about. They have been lost about this, and I know that people feel that this story has not gotten enough coverage, and we will honor them tonight in our program. But go on, Chris, sorry.
Good. No. I'm going to do it in the closing. Your man is here right now. We barely had time to cover it because we were distracted by another extremist that was doing bad things in the name of hate.
Yeah, and then now another one. And you have all of them in a row. And, you know, we messaged about this a little bit this weekend. I keep trying to point out to people not to demonize any one group or any one ethnicity, but we keep thinking that the biggest terror threat is something else. Some people who are marching, you know, towards the border like it's imminent. And when the last time they did this, a couple hundred people came and they, you know, most did get into the country. Most of them got tuckered out before they even made it to the border. So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right. And we have to start doing something about them. There is no travel ban on them. There is no ban on, you know, they have the Muslim ban. There is no white guy ban. So what do we do about that? So, and first of all, let me just say this. Maurice Stollard is the name, and Vicki Jones, and they have been lost in all of this, 2 people who were killed on Wednesday that you talked about. They have been lost about this, and I know that people feel that this story has not gotten enough.
I'm concerned about going out. I mean, we have to do something about them. What is he advocating against me personally? I mean, what if on YouTube, which has happened already, and we put the tag words in, okay? I want tag words like, when we do this show, I want tag words like white nationalist in there, all right? Not that, oh, hell, I'm not saying me. I'm talking, you don't understand how you do it, set up a video. I want white supremacists, white nationalists, white guy, Don Lemon. I want everything that could possibly tag where people can find the video today, all right? But what happens if they find this? Am I a target of something? We have to do something about them? What do you have to do about me? Okay? Now see, the President of the United States is coming Sunday at 4 o'clock, and I did not say it, but, you know, the media wants you to think that he's coming to sound the dog whistle, and the dogs here will come out when he sounds the dog whistle. And he will bring out the white supremacists, and he will bring out the white nationalists. I'm telling you, white men, one on the right, one after another, biggest threat. So Don Lemon at CNN, they are making fun of the threat of the border coming. They say that they stereotype me, like I did not stereotype Stacey Abrams when she said she eats chicken. I mean, just saying. Black lady going on national TV saying, you know, I like chicken. Just saying. I didn't say it, right? I didn't stereotype her. I didn't go there. She said, I don't hunt. You know, I'm not out there trying to kill a deer. I'm trying to drive through a KFC. Sister likes chicken. I know, now I'm going too far. But anyhow, all jokes aside, okay? Biggest threat. They think that me, this white male, okay? I'm afraid of the caravan. Why I'm afraid? No, what I'm afraid of is me, you, your children and grandchildren having to come up with the money to pay for this failed collapse system that is going to just collapse all around us when we try to provide health care, education, everything that these people will want over and over and over. It's not possible. Chinese ain't got this damn problem. All right, now, white guy. A white guy ban. We don't have a white guy ban. We have to do something about them. Man, that's shocking. That is shocking. He has put a target on me, of all people. I knew this white privilege card would run out. Let's run through our pictures of the day before we finish up here. Okay, let's go to number 8. We just run through a bunch of pictures real quick. This is what we do in the show. And we just let you know some of the media, the state-run lying media. GOP Representative Steve King's rhetoric under scrutiny following Pittsburgh synagogue shooting. They matched it together there. How nice. That was at 3:31 a.m. Pacific time right there on Morning Joe. And that's little Willie Won't Go Home. But they found their white nationalists. They're running with that today. And let's go with number 9. There's Willie again, Representative. And I take the screenshots just to show you the banners at the manipulation, 5:30 Central Time. So this is what they're running with all day long. GOP Rep Steve King facing criticism amid white nationalist rhetoric. Here's Steve King's. I keep saying Steve, and I apologize, okay? Steve, that's it, King. Let's go with number 10. Representative Steve King responds to criticism. These attacks are orchestrated by nasty, desperate, and dishonest fake news. Their ultimate goal is to flip the House and impeach Donald Trump. Establishment Trumpers are complicit. They are. Establishment Trumpers are complicit. Okay. And he's from Iowa. Look at number 11. Making something out of the tweet here. Have a look at all of the diversity in my annual General Bud Day pheasant hunt. We had English setters, Brittany's, German short hairs, and black, yellow, chocolate, white Labradors, all assimilated into a fine working team. A great day in the field. I don't know. I don't get it. But MSNBC thought that they had to bring it to you, Morning Joe. Let's go with number 12, the Washington Post, number 12. Following the Pittsburgh attack, Representative Steve King, Iowa supporters brush aside concern about his white nationalist views. If they were in America pushing the platform that they push, they would be Republicans, King said. Okay. Number 13, Representative King met with far-right Austrians on trip funded by Holocaust Memorial Group. That's at 4:30 this morning. And this is a Republican, Tom Stivers. I think he is the House Republican majority, number 14. Congressman Steve King's recent comments, actions, and retweets are completely inappropriate. We must stand up against white supremacy and hate it in all forms. I strongly condemn this behavior. Oh man, they have found their white nationalists. Let's go with number 15. Let's go right here. Polls. This is Morning Joe. 6 days to midterm. 3:22 Pacific time. All right. Poll that predicted Trump's 2016 victory has Democrats up 17 points in general midterm ballot. This is what they're selling this morning. Number 16, Joe and the Barnacle. Trump administration defends president's plan to end birthright citizenship by executive order. Number 17. Okay, these are I put them up so you can see what the subliminal messages are. Polls, Democrats have momentum in Florida. Here's the poll that they're running this morning. This was at 6:12 a.m. This is what they started with on the show. Number 18, that is Gilliam to the left. Andrew, can I call you Andrew or should I call you the corrupt mayor from Tallahassee? Andrew, I can't wait. Trump is going to Fort Myers, and then he's going to go back next week to Pensacola or Saturday. He's going 2 times to Florida, okay? And I cannot wait. I want to hear, is he going to be Crooked Gilliam? Is he going to be, what is he going to be? Fake Gilliam? Corrupt Gilliam? What will he be at the Trump rally? Florida governor's race, okay, the University of North Florida poll has Gilliam 49 and DeSantis 43, but USA Today has Gilliam at 45 and DeSantis at 44. Do you believe polls? All right, let's go with Ben Nelson. Ben Nelson, you ever look at him and realize he's had way too much work done, way too much work. He's like 92 over here. Let's go to number 19. Florida U.S. Senate race, the University of North Florida, University of North Florida poll, Nelson 47, Scott 46. USA Today has Nelson 45, Scott 43. This is what they're selling. Here is number 20. This is at 6:12 in the morning. Democrats have momentum in Florida. Okay, there's the sourpusses, America's sourpusses right there. We're going to bypass number 21. We're going to bypass 22. We're going to bypass 23 for now. And 24. We're going to bypass 25. Let's go to number 26. And I want you to look down in the bottom right-hand corner. It is 6:03 a.m. Eastern Time. This sets the narrative. So Morning Joe First Edition lays out the groundwork for the sourpusses of America, Minka and Joe. I mean, they live with a cloud over them. The world is collapsing on a daily basis. I mean, except when Joe is very wealthy and has the money to go get private seats and watch a Red Sox baseball game and call it in the next day. Except for when she is out shopping in these high-priced stores in New York City and all around the world, and they call it in the next day. When they're in the studio, they make sure that there's gloom and doom and it's going to fall on us. The sky's going to fall. This should be the sky's going to fall family, all right? But the sourpuss is there. You'll see at 6:03 in the morning, 2018 generic congressional ballot. Democrats 57. Republicans 40. And Joe said Republicans should be very concerned with this. Number 27, generic ballot poll. There's Joe, and they're going to keep this up, is what I'm showing you. They're going to keep this banner up so that no matter who's watching, all right? Now, this is the one I think we ought to save. This is America's dream team, number 28. This is the dream team right here. I mean, these are the sourpusses of America. 302. If it could be wrong, it is wrong. If it's not wrong, we'll tell you it's wrong. If it's wrong, we'll tell you it's wrong, and then we'll add something to it. We are going to cry. We are going to complain. We're going to moan. We're going to lie. We're going to do whatever we have to do to hate Donald Trump as long as our eyes are open. There's the sourpusses of America. I left that open, Josh. Do you see how that's open? Can you do me a favor on that bottom banner there where there's nothing? Can you take that picture and put like the sourpusses of America or something like that for me, and then hold it for me so when I need that, okay? And then you can put a little caption like they do. You know, I do it like they do. The sourpusses of America, then underneath the little subliminal message, the America's top couple that thinks the sky's falling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week or something, all right? Have some fun with that, all right? Let's miss number 20. Let's go to 29. 29. Trump wants to debate about ending birthright citizenship more than actually doing it. Democrats should say, okay, see you in court. I agree. See you in court. Fine. We'll go to the Supreme Court. Let them do it, the 14th Amendment. Now back to your plan to get rid of pre-existing conditions as predictions of pre-existing conditions, protections for, sorry. Let's go to number 30 here. This is a Axios Survey Monkey. Okay. What do you think about Medicare for all means? When asked, what do you think about Medicare for all means? Democrats say single payer, universal health care, optional competitive government run, 26, and neither. Republicans say single payer. They think it's single payer, 61%. 70% think it's the government. Independents say 35, 19, and that's what people think of that. Here's one, number 31, because they're in trouble. This is from Axios. Democrats launch multi-state Spanish TV ad to help boost Latino voter turnout. Latino voters are overlooked this election cycle, as I can see, because they're in big trouble. Latino voters will go and cast a vote for Donald Trump where they have not in the past. Watch and see. Watch and see. He's doing well with Latino voters. They are nervous. They're launching a multi-state Spanish TV ad because they're in trouble. All right. Let's go to 32. Migrant caravan remains far south of the U.S.-Mexico border. That's at 5:05 this morning, MSNBC. And number 33, I may have put this up already, rebuked by Republican Party. Major donors pull support. Steve King under fire. Okay. Let's go with 34. Rep Steve King under fire, rebuked by Republican Party. All right. And that is at 2:05 a.m. this morning, means 5:05. Paul Ryan, the rhino, the leader of the rhinos. He is the leader of the pack. Isn't that song, The Leader of the Pack? That's Paul Ryan. He is the leader of the pack, okay? Paul Ryan there. You cannot end birthright citizenship with an executive order. We didn't like it when Obama tried changing immigration law via executive action. And obviously, as conservatives, you're not a conservative, sir. As conservatives, we believe in the Constitution. You know the conservative, as you know the conservative, as I am a believer in following the plain text of the Constitution. And I think in this case, the 14th Amendment is pretty clear. I do not. I think I do not. Okay. Let's go in Washington, D.C., number 36. Pence, Supreme Court has never ruled on whether 14th Amendment applies to people in country illegally. Okay, 37. Trump administration demands president's plan to end birthright citizenship by executive order, Trump administration defends, okay, president's plan to end birthright citizenship by executive order. And I think that was all we had for the day on our picture. And birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment. I do not believe if you are illegal and you cross over and you're not under our jurisdiction, okay? All right, now let me just say this. We'll do this really quick. People probably want to know. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Okay, why is the 14th Amendment written, okay? It was written when the 14th Amendment, hold on a minute, I want to check something. I just want to make sure I'm correct. 1868. On July 28, 1868, the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified. The amendment granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, which included former slaves who had just been freed after the Civil War. What the Supreme Court will have to do in this case is they will have to go look at the intent, okay? The writers of the 14th Amendment, the intent. They're going to have to go look at the intent. They're going to have to dig deep into it. Because at this time in 1868, okay, slaves are freed, okay? They were born here, but they did not have citizenship. All right. You have territories becoming states. All right. You have territories becoming states. Go look at it. All right. This is at a pivotal moment in this country. We have territories that are not states that fought, okay, or were involved. We have the new states. Go look at your history. Okay. New states were able to vote whether they want slavery or didn't want slavery. All that, put all that in a circle. The new territories becoming states. The new states, the Civil War, and granting citizenship from that day on. All right? Under the jurisdiction. Just saying. That will be left up to the Supreme Court. But one thing before we go, I keep saying this. Thank you, Donald Trump, President of the United States, for one thing. Every time you float these trial balloons, their heads blow up and they come out and they show their true colors. Trump is playing chess. They are playing checkers. So Trump floats this out. You think he's sitting there with Jonathan at Axios on HBO and thinking that something on immigration is not getting out? But what does it do? What does it do? It shows us every time the liberal left explode and they show their true colors of not wanting any borders. No, they do not want borders. They want free flow of anybody and anything coming across that border with no checks. And Donald Trump exposes that all the time. I could go on and on. What a day. I'm your host, BKP. Please share this show with your friends. I think it's important. Josh, let's go to break.